Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, I'll be breaking into this week's deals and discounts in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'll be letting you know, out of these discounted and new cars in front of you, which ones are worth the price tag, their performance, and price tags. So let's get straight into it. Starting off, for the money grinders out there, let's talk about the bonus money you can make this week. You got a bunch of death matches, adversary modes, things that I don't really think is too good for making money. That'll be triple and double cash. The main important thing for this week is double income on your bunker. That's really nice, and it's not double production, which is worse in my opinion than double sale missions. You're going to be making double money on all sale missions with your bunker. So instead of it being 1 million filled to the max, it'll be 2 million buckaroonies, which is absolutely fantastic. So I would highly recommend to partake in the bunker. Not only that, but bunkers are also 30% off this week, and all the upgrades inside of them. So if you own a pretty crappy bunker location like the one all the way down in Toledo Bay, I would highly recommend just to get rid of it and buy the one all the way over at Chumash like I have. All equipment is also 30% off with the bunker, so make sure if your bunker isn't already fully kitted out, you splurge some of that money because you're going to be making it back in no time. With that aside, let's talk about this week's cars. We got the two freebies in front of you. The podium vehicle is the Fudo GTX. It's a really nice looking JDM. I'm a big fan of it. It's got a lot of customization, although it's not the best on handling or performance, so yeah, it's not like it's a crazy car. This is just a vehicle you're going to pull out because it looks really nice, and yeah, I have to agree, it has so many cool different customization options going for it that you can choose from. We also have the Hellion as the prize ride this week. If you place top 4 2 days in a row, you can get your hands on this SUV. It's actually a really cool SUV. It's not the fastest, nor does it, have any like impressive handling, but it's a really fun off-road vehicle due to the fact that it's actually quite good on grip. It's all-wheel drive. It's also got a lot of cool liveries and customization going for it. So I would recommend to actually partake in the prize ride this week if you don't own this truck, because it's not actually available right now. You can't get it in the stores. It was removed from the game. So because of that, this is the only way to get the vehicle right now. So I'd highly recommend to pick it up. We also have a new car being added into the game, the Brigham. It's a muscle car. Doesn't look like one, kind of looks like a sedan, kind of sports classic design, but it is indeed a muscle car. Tomorrow I'll be making a full review on this vehicle, talking about how to get the special livery for it, and I'll be breaking into its top speed and customization, stuff like that, so make sure you stay tuned. It's a very cool looking car. I can't really say there's anything crazy about it. It's gonna be about 1.5 mil, so not too expensive. Now we arrive to the vehicles we've had in the game for a while, but are at a discounted price. Starting off, we have the Ratel. I can't really say there's anything ridiculous about the vehicle, and also same for the price tag. It's normally 1.9 mil, it's 20% off, it's 1.5. The problem I've always had with the Ratel is that it's only rear-wheel drive, which is just really confusing to me. I mean, it's an off-road vehicle, clearly, and it's meant to be like a rally buggy type vehicle, but it's rear-wheel drive. It's not bad, to be fair. I've done off-roading with it and I've messed around a lot. As you can see, it's got really good grip, which is fun. It's also got super cool suspension designs, and it's very good for rock climbing, but at the same time, it is pretty disappointing when you're trying to get over these big rocks and do some heavy-duty off-roading when the vehicle just can't climb over them because of its rear-wheel drive capabilities. It's also not the best on dirt because it can be a bit slippery, but for 1.5 mil, I can't say it's a bad deal. It looks really cool. It's got some decent customization going for it, so if you like this kind of vehicle, then I would highly recommend to pick it up. Next up on the list, we have the Top Gear truck, the Technical Aqua, and you can very clearly see why it gets the name Aqua. It's a cool vehicle, don't get me wrong. The fact that you can drive in the water, somebody can sit on the machine gun while you're driving in the water and blast away, it's cool. But the problem with this truck is, first of all, it's not a personal vehicle. It's only able to be stored inside of your special vehicle garage, which is down in your vehicle warehouse. But as well, the vehicle's really not that fast, and judging that there's a technical custom that you can get your hands on, which can also be kitted with mines and much better capabilities, then I really just can't recommend to pick this truck up. It's cool looking, and I love the Top Gear reference, but it's just outdated now that all the other weaponized vehicles exist, like the Toreador. Heck, even the Stromberg is better than this truck, but it is cool, so that's about as much I can say. If you did want to pick it up, this week it's discounted 40% off, normally 1.5 mil, you can get it for 900,000. After the technical Aqua, we arrive at the Peyote Gasser. This is a vehicle I've always been rather disappointed by, because it's really fun to drive. It's got insane acceleration, and it's got really good grip. Like, once this thing gets off, it's got some of the fastest acceleration for a muscle car in the game. The problem is, you'd think for a drag car, and this is clearly based off a drag car, you know, you would think that it's really fast, but it's not. It barely even breaks 120. Because of that, it's actually pretty disappointing, because it also features terrible handling. I mean, look at this thing's turning radius. It's terrible. It also has really bad braking. So the Peyote Gasser it's a really cool concept, and it would have been so cool if this thing could reach like 140 or 50 miles per hour in a straight line and, you know, just be a speed demon. But unfortunately, that's not the case. But it is very cheap, being 40% off, going from a normal $800,000 to $483,000. Yeah, I mean, if you think the vehicle looks cool, it does have cool customization going for it, and it's a fairly fun vehicle to drive, so it's not a bad car to add to your collection. It's just rather disappointing for what it should be. Now we arrive to the only sports classic in today's list, the GT500. It's a very cool looking sports classic. I can't say there's really anything impressive about it. It doesn't have basically any customization. I mean, you got a couple things here and there, but you obviously don't have any spoiler options. There's not much when it comes to skirts or bumper design, so a little disappointing there, but it does have some fog lights, which are cool. They don't light up though, pretty lame. Overall, it's a cool sports classics, but yeah, there's not much really going for it. The price tag's not too bad though. It's normally $785,000. You can get it for $500,000 this week. So it's pretty cheap. If you like it, pick it up, but personally, I can't really say there's much of a reason to own this car. Then we arrive to the two supercars. The first one is absolutely amazing. This is the S80RR, normally a $2.6 million price tag. This week, it's a very reasonable 1.5. This car is not only fast, reaching 123 miles per hour, but, I mean, look at this thing's cornering capabilities. It's absolutely insane. I mean, look at this. It's stupid. The S80RR has the 9th best lap time for supers, which is crazy good, especially when you realize that's even compared to HSW vehicles. So yeah, the S80RR is a very, very easy pickup. I would highly recommend for anybody that doesn't own this car, buy it. Not only is it really cool on its customization, and it's just a fun car to drive, but it's just so dang fast. It's kind of like an RE7B, but just a little bit better. And the final discounted car we have is the Vapid FMJ. This is not an amazing vehicle on top speed or performance, but I do think the car looks really, really nice. I love the 4GT's design. It's just such a cool car. The thing I've always been rather disappointed on when it comes to this vehicle is the spoiler design. I hate that it removes the stock spoiler that goes across, and then it just kind of throws one right in between. I've always hated that design. But the car is very fun to drive. It's actually got fantastic grip as long as you're on road, and you can see that here. The vehicle's just got really good grip. It's really fun to drive. So I've always been a big fan of the FMJ, and I would highly recommend to pick it up if you like the design of this car, especially because it is only $1 million this week from its normal $1.7 million price tag. So again, not a bad supercar to pick up. I can't say it's as good as the S80RR, but it is, half the price, so keep that in mind. Now that we're done with the cars, the final thing we have is the Streamliner, an absolute pile of crap. If you want to know my honest opinion on this plane, that's what I think of it. It is, oh my god, that thing went flying. Well, I guess it literally did. It's a plane. But yeah, the Streamliner is terrible. It is normally, how much? 2.2 million? This week it is 1.5 mil. What do you get? Nothing. You literally get nothing. It's a plane that has no missiles, it does have bombs, and it has pretty useless machine guns. But for the price tag, I mean, what a joke. Do not buy the Streamer. I would highly recommend just do not buy it. It's cool looking, it's got some decent customization, but at the end of the day, it's a flaming pile of turds. So that's my honest opinion on the vehicle. Overall, some pretty decent discounts this week, and some very good ways to make money with the bunker. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, you know what to do. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.